there.
Idiots.
And we are live.
Oh, we're live now?
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a party.
Well, I haven't even put my sound onto my headphones.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me know.
I did let you know.
Well,
I said,
actually, we both let you know, but you were too busy with the young ladies.
Listen here, Phil.
so-called Phil, if that is your real name.
Yeah, Phil.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the pin to drop here. Go ahead. Yeah.
There's children here, Phil.
Well, maybe that'll
Not-
keep your mouth
not-
in gear this
Not
time.
ladies. No, it's not going to keep my mouth.
Young ladies, little girls or
If
young ladies.
you don't have any problem with my mouth, Phil.
You know, you've never called like your daughter young lady. You have never said that. Go to your room, young lady.
No, I've said that before.
Well, I don't see what the problem is.
You're the problem, Phil.
Well, I'm beginning to realize that maybe that's kind of what you were going for.
You're a problem child, Phil.
Is everybody ready?
Sure.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so it's that time of the week again. Squatchable podcast, where we take a look at the week in Bigfoot news. Joining me, as always, from the 40 and Slip, Chris York. Chris, hello.
Howdy.
And joining us from Power Breakdown, Phil Pulling. Phil.
How you doing?
And if you enjoy Power Breakdown or the 40 and Slip, you may enjoy the badly drawn misadventures of two Bigfoot. Head on over to Bigfooting with Keith and Colin, where this week Colin will attempt to fly to the moon. Yeah.
Why shouldn't he?
Why not?
Why can't he just use the portal?
Well, yes. So without further ado, I'm your host, Richard Allen, and let's just get on to it. Our first story comes from the WC Gazette. And again, I've had a run of good luck recently that every Bigfoot story I click on, it just goes straight to the website. So we're just going to enjoy that until the EU realizes it's happening, I guess.
Well, no. Brexit is happening. Come hell or high water, it's happening.
It's not happening, Phil.
It is happening.
It's not happening.
It is.
It's not.
I thought it was.
All these Americans I see on my feed complaining about Trump, I'm like, I will trade you any day of the week. You can have Johnson, we'll have Trump. Okay? And I'll be happy with that.
And you mean you'd be satisfied with actually getting things done? Is that what you're saying?
Not a political.
Listen to Chris. Now we're going to go all political. Phil, you shouldn't have gone there. You shouldn't have gone there. You shouldn't have gone there.
Done. So much done.
Oh, come on now. Here he goes.
So much.
He couldn't do a worse job if he tried than Johnson. So we'll even take Clinton. I will take Hillary Clinton.
I thought you were going to say Bill.
You can have her.
Everybody would take Bill.
Everybody did have
Chris. Chris will do it.
Bill's the best.
Anyway, we're getting off topic here. So this is about From Toccoa to Sasquatch. Jason Burke, a Washington State Parks Ranger for nearly 10 years, an Eastern Washington University graduate in journalism, released his first book in August. It chronicles a journey. The title is Secretly Seeking Sasquatch, a road guide to Washington's Bigfoot County.
Desperately seeking Susan Sasquatch.
I was going to say that title. He didn't really lift that title from somewhere else, did he?
Single white Sasquatch seeking.
Burke began the project in Shoreline, where he lived with his wife and two boys in a lull between employment after being laid off by state parks in 2012.
And now we know why.
ripping off. Yeah, he kept ripping off tours and stuff. He worked at Riverside State Park as a parkade, then became a full park ranger with Law Enforcement Commission at Ocean City State Park and St. Edward's State Park, a Deus former Catholic seminary on Lake Washington.
So he pulled himself up by the old bootstraps and got a real job then.
Got on with it. He was like, all I've got in this world is my balls and my ability to secretly search Sasquatch. I'm getting on with it.
Man, kudos to that guy.
He decided to visit
Flange?
regions of the state with Bigfoot reports and write a chapter about each area. I needed the experience for myself, and that's what the book was about, Burke said. It's all about playing the odds. I really started pouring myself into it. Then he got a new job. Head custodian at my kid's school, he said. On the side, the book
Whoa. He went from being a law enforcement commissioned park ranger to a janitor.
Yeah.
It's a more
I
fulfilling job.
take back what I said before.
It's a more fulfilling job, Phil.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Whatever.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Phil.
Yes.
Phil.
Okay.
You know, when you stare long enough into the abyss, Phil, the abyss stares back into you. Maybe he just wanted to be around children.
Now we're heading off in a completely different direction altogether.
I'm sure Chris meant that he wanted to guide and help children.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Not anything else. On the side, the bookwork continued. The 8 regions were the Olympic.
I'm sure that face that we're looking at on the screen meant nothing but good things. And
You know, the funny thing about the photograph, I can imagine him in clown makeup.
oh God.
I'm just saying. I mean, he looks like a natural born clown.
Phil, need I remind you that poor woman's sister has cancer, and every time we treat this subject poorly, it affects her. All right.
I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking about her right now, and I should have been not concerned about my own, jollies.
Whoa. Wait, what?
The lady who sent those comments to that video that I posted, and how cruel I was because her sister was in the hospital with cancer.
And us making fun of this subject is apparently contributing to the decline in her sister's health.
But she misunderstood, and I straightened it out, let her know it was just parody, and she kind of didn't
And
really
that her
watch.
sister's cancer has nothing to do with
Well,
Bigfoot.
Well, yeah, or the video in particular,
Right, yeah.
because her sister had an experience, just like I had an experience. So we're now friends. We're on friendly terms.
No,
She's not that bad looking. So hey, I can.
well, hey,
I
thumbs
can-
up.
Not
I
that
can
bad
balance.
looking.
Thumbs up, Phil. Carry on.
Yeah.
As a boy, Burke learned of the Rock Lake Monster and appeared in a Whitman County, then Colfax Gazette article with his family in the late 70s.
And Ernie played with his rubber ducky.
I've told these yarns of cryptozoology that have been going on my entire life, he said. While the Sasquatch book carries a fun tone, it was an intentional journey just the same. Burke's travels started in 2013. His wife and kids were gone weekend at that March, and he got on a ferry in Edmonds to drive all of Highway 101 in 2 days. The first morning, he pulled in Ford Focus over the south of Quilcene and walked up a forest road for a rest stop. He spotted the game trail, including some small trees snapped over at 6 feet high. His interest piqued by his ranger background. Then he saw what appeared to be a footprint. In the end, what did he decide? Either I was just blind, stupid lucky, or these things happen all over the place, Burke said. He now lives in Annville, Pennsylvania, his wife's hometown. He once sold shoes at the former Bon Marche in downtown Spokane. So is this a story about Bigfoot?
Spokane.
Or Spokane.
Or is this his
Or Spokane?
curriculum vitae? What did he think of his Toccoa roots? Growing up in Toccoa shaped me that I was able to play football and have the freedom to take off any time I wanted on my dirt bike, he said.
Where's Toccoa?
Wisconsin, I believe.
Oh, Huh.
It's just Wissoff Spokane.
Spoken. Okay, sorry.
Or Spokane.
Perk did not pursue publishing companies for the book. He went to Amazon Publish on Demand and Kindle Direct Publishing.
That's how I'm going to do my book.
The book is also available at Third Place Books in Lake Forest Park.
No, Chris,
Washington.
you're not going to do that. You're going to actually start a fire using your book as
No,
Kindle. As Kindle.
no. I'm going to do an actual book. Phil, how many people can write a book?
Get it as Kindle. That's funny.
Phil, how many people can write a book and say, I was chased through the woods by Bigfoot?
Anybody can.
Anybody can write that book.
That's right.
But I am telling the truth, Phil.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
There's video proof, Phil.
But it doesn't matter.
There's video proof, Phil.
And yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey, who's this big hunk of guy here?
Oh, look at that man.
Look
We
at that.
move on.
He is
to,
all that is man.
we move on to the legendary Tim Fasano.
I am Tim Fasano.
Who has decided to make us look really stupid this week by taking down the video we were going to talk about.
What video was that?
I sent you the.
I completely. No,
You wouldn't be able to watch it now.
You mean the parody?
not
The
there.
parody video?
No, this was a 7-minute video. His focus was on trail cam deployment,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they went into the Florida Everglades, and we were going to have a nice talk about it, but he took the video down. So,
So
Yeah.
you can tell us about it. Play by play, Richard. Come on.
okay, well, it starts with a bit of dramatic music.
Oh, I love his dramatic music stuff. What was it like? Let me feel it.
More dramatic.
Make me feel Tim walking through the woods, Richard.
After the music ended, we had a bit of banter with Tim and Kevo.
Oh, is this the guy that plays the guitar?
That's the guy that plays the
Oh,
guitar.
I like him too. And let me guess, they go by like some palm ferns.
Well, they headed into the Everglades.
Yes.
Morale.
Any big alligators?
They did. They saw a very large alligator.
Is he annoying yet?
Well, no, would it fill his boots? And they paused for a snack break.
Oh, what kind of a snack?
They were eating waffles, I believe.
Waffles.
Waffles.
Uh-huh.
They met some fellow YouTubers.
Eggos?
Hey, how you doing? Okay. Okay.
Florida Trailblazers. That might be the reason the video was taken down. They might be claiming copyright.
Or wrong.
Now that I think about it. They have a conversation about landmarks in the area. Apparently, there is a very famous refrigerator.
I know what that is. Yeah. Okay.
Perry?
It's over there. Yes, it is. It's right next to the spring-fed tarp.
There was a lot of talk about spring-fed ponds.
I'm really upset that neither one of you got that.
Well, who listens to you, Chris? Jeez.
Huh?
No,
He said refrigerator, and I said Perry.
Perry.
I don't get that.
Oh my god! No football fans.
No, I don't know.
The refrigerator,
The
Perry.
refrigerator. Okay, never mind. No.
Oh
Okay.
my god!
Yeah, well, I mean, come on.
Oh my god! The Super Bowl shuffle, Phil.
Okay, all right, you got me.
Oh,
The hell is this shit? Where in the hell did that crap come from?
Oh! Who cursed this week?
What the hell is this crap?
Anyway, they deploy the trail cams. There's more dramatic music, and the video ends with a bit more friendly banter. It's 7 minutes.
Now, what the heck is this crap up here? What is this?
This is our next story. Power breakdown.
Were you on the Squatchers Lounge?
Yeah, about the time I was being sued.
it's his clear face of Bigfoot. It's 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, it looks like clear face of Bigfoot. He's got that hair all over his face. Wears headphones and a microphone.
I didn't see anything in the Wayne Wilson video, and neither did Phil. Who
Steve
ends?
Wozniak put on some weight.
Yeah, this the camera was stretches everything out. By the way, that is the tiki bar that I was sitting in.
Oh,
That was when it was. That's what it in its infancy.
Listen, the next time I come to Washington, you better invite me to the tiki bar.
I'll invite you before you even come to Washington. Stop by anytime, Chris.
No, Phil's gonna be like, no, stop by when you're not in Washington, Chris. Your invite is open as so long as you're not in the state.
There you go.
So yeah, it's just a 2-minute power breakdown video of the clear face of Bigfoot, but there's nothing there, and it's just blatantly pareidolia. Which Phil, I believe, is what you decided.
I like how you went through the whole effort to draw the face out.
I know, isn't that great?
But no, it's just these leaves that are obviously here.
Yeah. See, it took a lot of effort because I had to first draw the face, and then I had to draw the leaves.
Oh, I'm sure it took about as much effort as it does for Richard to do his comic strip.
I would say so. Richard puts a lot of time and effort into that.
Hey, a lot of effort goes into
Look,
that
Chris, are you doing? Are you like this today simply to show off for the kids and your wife and so forth?
My what?
Your girlfriend and your wife and your cousin and your daughter. You know, the hoe that you had over the other night.
Won't let a word again in front of me.
Anyway, so yeah, that was Power Breakdown's 2-minute video on clear face of Bigfoot. You weren't impressed, Phil?
No, it's pareidolia.
It's pareidolia, right?
Sure.
No, really.
No, but it was just. I just found it humorous that someone could draw this much out of sticks. I mean, it is everywhere, but he was so. Yeah, there he is. He was so almost religious-like about the whole thing.
Yeah.
He was so there. It was like so matter of fact. Here he is. That's him. You know, he's back. That kind of thing. I'm like, okay. And I said, I can see a face there if I draw some lines. And
I can see nothing there.
There is nothing there.
Well, there isn't. Well, there is now because I drove all the lines, and there's a drawing of a face.
There's some leaves and some floor. There's some a forest floor litter. And there's some branches, and there's some shadows.
Shadows, yeah,
and some sunlight, and
light, shadows, light,
that's about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it looks, if
no, Phil,
it looks
feeding. Stop like feeding into these delusions.
Could be
like
possibly.
It looks like forest floor litter, branches.
If you use your imagination.
We're not on Romper Room.
Steve,
we're not on Sesame Street.
Actual, what looks like a face that kind of coming out of the bush there.
If Bigfoot investigation is now Romper Room, then I will get out the little thing that she looks through at the end.
Magic mirror, or whatever it is.
And I see Phil, and I see Bigfoot, and I see Xenu.
And Elron.
That's right.
Outrage. So our next story comes from Squatchable. It's a 50-second video on a team called EX Space Plore heading into their new Squatch forest, where they apparently find a footprint. And it just looks like a hole in the ground to me.
They apparently overbloat a video that is basically a bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Again.
It's a 50-second video, and it's about 40 seconds too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, the links are in the description. And for our final story, we head on over to Team Squatching USA, where after, what's it been, 10 years of telling us, oh, we don't want to do things the old school mini shop pareidolia way, paparazzi way. You're not allowed to take photos of the Bigfoot. That's completely wrong. It's now totally okay to take pictures of Bigfoot.
Yeah, but they told him to.
Yeah, did they?
Magic Johnson.
You know, it's been 39
Man.
episodes, and I haven't mentioned him once. I did better than I thought I was going to do.
I actually showed those photos in my latest video.
Yeah.
What is this supposed to be?
It's supposed to be Bigfoot.
Whatever you want it to be, Chris.
Where?
In the pictures.
In
Where?
his backyard.
Where?
Well, in the bottom right video, you can see how the sort of shadows look like figure.
Well, he's not
Where?
showing you the one where he actually outlines
Yeah,
the Bigfoot.
I didn't want to put that one up because it's just too sad.
No,
This
it's
reminds
great.
me of
It's
that
great
like
stuff.
exercise that they do in art class where they tell you to like take the negative space and make a picture.
Mm-hmm. Well, art is where you find it. In this case, he found it in his backyard.
That's where we find Zainu.
Yeah.
In his backyard. Yeah.
In the backyard.
Yeah. His backyard. That's where he was at.
This is literally him going out to his back porch, taking out his camera, and snap, snap, snap.
They mind spoke with him, telling him, you must take some photographs.
I wish they'd find illegal activity in his backyard.
And that's really what he said, by the way. It was,
No, that's unquestionably what he said. He said they mind spoke and said it was completely okay to take pictures of them after years of telling us you're not allowed to take pictures of them.
Come in your backyard, take some photos, and you will see us.
What's next?
What's next? I don't know. I don't know where he goes from this. It's going to end in mass suicide, obviously, but
I'm waiting for the first scriptures of Matt Johnson.
yeah, the last time I watched one of his videos, he did say that he was rewriting the Bible. So
yeah, well, that's almost a
no-brainer
right there.
You know, when you've got healing Bigfoot in the woods and in your backyard, I think it's time to mark your place in the history of religious context.
yeah, because it's all about God and the Xanu.
That's
We
right.
got kicked out of the Forest of Eden. They stayed behind, and then apparently it blew up. And
I mean, it
it
isn't like you'd be changing out the books of the Bible too much. There's already a book of Matthew, so
that's an interesting point.
But he doesn't say that he rescued a bunch of Bigfoot with a battery in a truck, does it?
It could have.
Any port in a storm, Richard. Any port in a storm.
Any port in a storm, yeah.
You know,
True enough.
You got to save Bigfoot any way you can, buddy.
I don't know. I said 2 years ago his claims were just going to get more and more grandiose. They have. I said when they found so hard that it wasn't going to change anything because he was just going to say the Bigfoot told him to move, they did. It's a cult, people. It's a cult.
Oh, by the way, what's the new word for Earth now?
Earth.
Yeah, he has a new word for Earth. It's something else.
Yeah, I remember reading that. I forgot.
Yeah, it's like they told him.
It was
idiots
live.
Yeah, it has a name. I don't know what the heck it was, but it was the name that the ones in the forest gave him, the true name of Earth. So yeah, as far as the religious context, it's well on its way. It's already here. It just hasn't been ironed out yet and put into print.
Nope, but he's writing his second book, so No doubt that'll be the missing Xanu passage of the New Testament.
Well, I can hardly wait to not read that one too.
I did read his first book. I didn't pay for it.
I'm sorry.
Know Your Enemy and all that, and it didn't disappoint. It was all about how great he is. I mean, there was, there were all of his original lieutenants have jumped ship because he changed their testimonials in that book. Bob Gimlin came out and said that he didn't write the testimonial for that book, but
correct.
Oh, it's just sad. It just makes me angry.
But
people still believe him, and people are going to continue to believe him.
Yep.
If Dr. J says it, then in Dr. J's mind, it really happened, and it's true.
I mean, I genuinely believe that he had a genuine
don't
Bigfoot
sully a great basketball legend in that way.
I'm not even gonna give him that much, to be honest. As far as did he really have an experience? Knowing Dr. J, he could have just made that up as well. I'm not even gonna give him that much.
I genuinely believe he did.
Good for you. Good for you.
It started with a real Bigfoot experience or something happening that he couldn't explain, and then it's just snowballed into this.
Yeah.
Which,
it was the catalyst. That was your idea. It was the catalyst for his twisted mind to get a hold of.
Yeah, exactly. Something happened.
Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, he was watching an episode of In Search of, and that's when it happened. I'm not going to give him any kind of latitude. And as far as I was with my family, I was in Oregon and I saw Bigfoot, blah blah blah. Because from there on, it's like, and it turned visible, right? I mean, it just goes on from there, and I'm like, come on, man.
Well, we interviewed him, and it's like he's reading from a script when he talks about that story. I mean,
and when you get him into a corner, he's like, well, I don't care if you believe me or not.
Yeah, I'm not here to defend myself.
Yeah. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. People believe me. And, I'm getting a lot of people criticize me. I don't care. I know it's real. I know it's true.
Everyone loves me. I'm great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, okay, because I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, where do you go? What do you say to I saved a bunch of Bigfoot with a portal that I control? What do you go from there? So I don't know. I don't know, Chris. Where do we go from going out to your porch and taking pictures of Bigfoot? Where does it go next? I don't know.
Since he's the chosen one, he's been the chosen one since the very beginning, since the portals, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
So now he's going to go to Tibet in the thing and go, I want the knife.
Yeah.
Well, but since he was the chosen one, that makes him next to Jesus, doesn't it?
On the same spectrum, yeah.
On the same spectrum. He placed himself in that category. But he was raised up not by the people. He was raised not by God. He was raised up by Bigfoot. So if you're a Bigfoot believer and a follower and you believe that they have some special powers and insights and all of that, then, Dr. J's your man. It's and next thing you know, he's going to be placing a big order with Nike, going to get all the tennis shoes.
Yep. And then it's off to ride the comet.
Yep. Dig that hole in the ground, put up all the bunk beds.
Put that $1.52 in your pocket.
Drink the Kool-Aid. I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens when these people are just enabled.
Kool-Aid got a bad rep because of that. Just to point out.
Oh, yeah.
It was not Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid.
Oh, well.
It was grape Flavor Aid, but everyone says Kool-Aid because that was a more popular drink. And then Kool-Aid's like, dudes, it wasn't our stuff. It really wasn't our stuff.
That's classic.
I know.
All right. Anyway, we've rambled on enough about Dr. J.
No, I don't know. We could go on and on and on.
Oh, I could, but
there's probably people out there that wish we would.
Yeah. What you got coming up on the Freudian Slip tomorrow night, Chris?
Oh, the lovely Ryan Redding interview will be tomorrow.
You're actually doing it.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, listen, and I understand why you have your issue with it. And I can explain to you off air why I have my reasonings for doing it.
Me and you are like the only two that would understand the reasoning. We've been in a hangout with him.
But yeah, and I brought that up when I talked about it on the show last week. Being in that hangout with him. But yeah, and my reason as to why I decided to have him on, and everybody was like, well, what if he starts doing this? And I'm like, well, I can remove him from the show. If it becomes a problem, then I'll just take him off.
It'll be a good interview. I shall look forward to it.
Can I be on that show?
It gets too crazy. I mean, beyond like me, Matt, and Steve, it just gets too crazy.
It's
gonna be crazy enough with Matt and myself and Steve.
I can hardly wait for that one.
It's actually a show I want no part of for the first time in a long time.
I was actually asking that question in jest. I hope you understand that.
The only other hangout I've been in that was worse than that was when you, Phil, introduced me to your friend Sam and then ran away.
That was epic.
Yeah, Phil's known for that.
Okay, so Ryan Renning tomorrow night on the Freudian Slip.
Yeah, and I mean, and if for some reason he doesn't show, we're just gonna do a freeform show, and we should have a new intro to the show tomorrow night. So,
did you finally get a hold of Frank?
Oh yeah, well, I've been talking to Frank.
Good, because that's another story. Any cool breakdowns coming out, Phil?
The breathing tunnel. Solved. Yeah, I don't know if you've all seen that, the breathing tunnel, where they have a video that's shining down a tunnel, and it's and there's something happening. It looks like some kind of a weird vortex in and out coming out of the center of it. But this has been solved.
I've seen something like that on mushrooms.
I'm sure you have.
And if you've had a Bigfoot or paranormal or alien experience, Matt Nat would love to hear from you. You can get a hold of him at bigfootcrossing@gmail.com.
Bigfoot Crossroad.
Bigfoot Crossroad. Sorry. That'll wrap us up for this week. We will return next week, despite the hopes of many. It's good night from me, and it's good night from them. Good night.
Good night.
Adios.